So I'm going to start this video with how I mix my colors rather than showing you how I blend the lye and the oils, because I do that all the time. And so I'm doing that because people have asked me so many times. Now this is not the video on color theory or how I pick my colors and mix and match and all that. This is purely mechanical. How do I get the colors that I want? So let's get started. I combined a red and orange Nurture Soap Supply micas, rainbow micas, with a couple drops of red pigment, and that makes it a little more of an intense red. And here I have some blue already liquid form, so I don't have to do any of that. That's, I believe, called Blowout Blue from where is that from? That's from KB Trading. And I've started to mix my orange, which is orange mica from two sources. That's Nurture's Soap Supply and some orange mica from the conservatory. And people ask me all the time what my favorite colorants are, but you know, it's a pretty limited source, so ask around what other people's favorites are too, because I still have not tried colorants from every supplier. This is a combination of two purples. You notice I'm taking little bits of my my batch oils just to get it liquid enough that it's not going to clump on me. And this is Nurture Soap Supply rainbow purple and some neon purple from TKB Trading. That's kind of thick. You're going to blend these, you know, it's going to break up, especially if you work at it. I don't want to overwork it with the blender because I want my soap to remain pretty liquid. So there's that. And then what I have here is yellow mica, rainbow mica, mixed with some neon liquid yellow. And the reason why it's in this little container is because I'm going to add that to my the container that I'm putting mixing the whole batter in. So after I pour it, I'm going to leave some there. Okay, now this isn't the end of it. I am also aware that some of the colors are more intense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add titanium dioxide to the colors that I think would benefit from being more of a pastel-like color. So there's my yellow. Looks like mustard, but it's not. And I think that I am going to have titanium. I could do this at the last minute, but I'm going to be rushing around so much. I'm going to make sure that the yellow is bright yellow, so I'm adding some of my titanium dioxide, which I've already mixed with some hot water. One is water soluble and one is mixed with the oils, as you saw, so it's not going to mix really well, so I'm not going to get an accurate read on what that's going to look like, but I have a pretty good idea. The purple I want to remain deep. The red can be a bit pastel as I look at it, and I like the blue with some of that as well. Now the orange could have some titanium in it, but the red and the orange I want to work together, and so I am going to leave the orange as intense as it can get. So I'm not too worried that the oil and water isn't mixing here, because once it's blended in the soap solution, that's going to be just fine. I do that all the time. But I am going to give it as good a mix as I can right now. Now why does this one work? Well, because the blue was already in liquid form with some liquid glycerin, vegetable glycerin, and water. So that's more compatible. Alright, so there's my quick color mixing. Okay, so I just blended my soap and I added my fragrance, which in this case is black raspberry vanilla, and I'm going to just start pouring out my colors. There's just a little at first. Let's see, portion out my batter. And that seems about right, because I want a little more of the yellow. And I'm going to blend that last though, because of all that titanium in there. And I look at that and I think that is just too pastel. So what I'm going to do is add a couple drops of the red pigment. It's powerful stuff, so I don't want to add too much. Yeah, I can live with that more. Go to my orange, which should be more intense. Rinse that off. The blue I don't mind as much in the purple, because there is blue in purple. Oh good, and I wanted a really dark, intense color with everything else being pastel. Okay, so I'm ready to rinse that off and do my white last. Which is not white at all, it's bright yellow. But I know I got all kinds of air bubbles in these things. I can see them popping as I stir right now. And I can kind of multitask too. As those bubbles come to the top, I'm going to do the same with these other ones. I have to buy all the time I can get. So as I'm stirring, I can tell you what I'm going to do in my mold. I'm going to alternate these colors with yellow. I'm going to do a hanger swirl because I'm thinking of how to get all those streaks. Well, the nice thing about black raspberry vanilla is that it just does not accelerate. So this soap is all pretty nice. Okay, so let me get my mold over here. After I do my vertical hanger swirls. I'm going to tap that down. And get my perfect favorite little spoon here. Now kind of the conflict is you want this to be loose to do the layers, but I'm going to do some really fine up and down hanger swirls, so keeping the layers really distinct is not as much of a problem. Hanger swirls notoriously get some air into the soap too, so I want to make sure I'm pretty good to begin with. And I'm seeing bubbles. It's okay, I'll just stir them out. So I can get this yellow way down next to the soap as I pour, so it doesn't push its way into that it doesn't push its way into that first layer. And that yellow and pink really look nice together. Okay, and I want to get some orange in there too. Black raspberry vanilla smells really good. Okay. Gonna do another bit of yellow. See how that looks right next to that yellow. Plus yellow and purple are opposite colors, so that'll really pop. Called complementary colors. So I have to be a little bit more careful as I spread that over the yellow. And I can afford to be careful because this is not accelerating at all. Okay, some more yellow. Let me get my spatula out of there. One of the tricks, even in painting, is to keep in mind, and this might help you with your colors, is to, how do you maintain light in your colors or your soaps. So you make it, for example, if you use all dark colors, you're going to get a really dark soap with no definition or anything. So let's just see. This is all an experiment, right? Let's just see what happens. We'll try to remember what happens if I don't spread this layer of pink all over the place. Wipe this up. I don't want to dirty every single spoon in the house. I decided, since I have only a little bit of yellow and this lavender and dark purple left, that I would sandwich the yellow in between the two purples, again for intensifying the colors. It's not just the colors that you pick, it's where you place them next to each other. Kind of glad to have this dark purple in there too, because it suggests that black raspberry vanilla scent. Okay, I have just a little bit of that light purple, which I'm going to leave to, you'll always keep some of that when you do a hanger swirl to disguise the top that gets all messed up. So I'm going to go up and down, real close to each other. Giving kind of a mantra swirl with minus the colors. And there you go. I'm going to tap that down. But before I do, I'm going to say goodbye for now. This is Clyde at Vibrant Soap. Thanks for watching. Bye.